If your home defense plan is to wake up at 2 in the morning, grab a handgun with stiff fingers, and clear your house like you're in an action movie, you are planning to fail and planning to lose. Hi, I'm Dave. I'm a husband, a brother, and a son. I spent 30 years in the firearms world and 12 years in the Army Reserves. But none of that matters if I cannot protect my family. I don't want to wake up in a prison cell because I made a bad choice, and I definitely do not want to fail my family because my gear did not work. Now, Everyday Gun Owner helps you overcome the physical barriers that stop older gun owners from carrying and using their firearms. Failing eyesight, weak grip strength, chronic back pain, all of that. Today, we're going to talk about pistol caliber carbines for home defense. When you're over 50 and your body does not care what the internet commandos say. You want real pistol caliber carbine pros and cons, not fan club talk. You're going to get that here. Now, one hard truth for today. For home defense, the right pistol caliber carbine, or PCC, can make life easier on aging eyes and joints, but it does not fix bad planning, bad shooting, or bad legal decisions. Let us start with what really happens in violent situations, not what happens in your favorite movie, the one you watched yesterday. Most offensive gun uses and police shootings happen in a very short distance, like across a room. Think roughly 3 to 5 yards inside of a building. Now, inside a typical home, that means your bedroom door to the end of the hallway, or from your bedside to the doorway. It's not a 50-yard rifle shot. It's a fast, ugly, close combat problem. Now, typically, criminals mostly use handguns, not rifles. If you ever fire a shot in your hallway or your door, it'll likely be at a handgun threat, inside with bad lighting, at a short distance, pumping full adrenaline. And if that shot kills someone, you now sit in a very small group under a microscope. A jury will replay your decisions frame by frame, and that's just the reality. Low light, close distance, handgun armed criminal. A jury doesn't care about your Instagram drills. So where does a pistol caliber carbine fit in all that for a guy with bifocals or progressives and a bad back? How does it stack up next to a pistol, rifle, or a shotgun once you pass 50? Quick definition, so we're all on the same page. Pistol caliber carbine is a shoulder-fired gun that uses handgun ammunition. Think 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, etc. in a short, rifle-sized package like this. It includes things like AR-style 9mm carbines that take handgun mags, Ruger PC carbines like this one, Beretta CX4, CZ Scorpions, simple pistol carbines built for easier control in tight spaces. You add a stock to your shoulder, longer barrel, and more sight radius. Or if you have a rail, a full-blown red dot or green dot. Now that may sound like a lot, but for a 50 or 70-year-old body, that changes a lot. Think about your body, not your ego. With a pistol, you have 2 points of contact and a short sight radius. Every tremor in your hand shows up in your sights, under stress with old eyes and stiff wrists. That front sight or small carry dot hollow sight can dance all over the target. With a pistol caliber carbine, you have at least 3 points of contact. I did check, it is empty. You have your firing hand, your support hand, stock in the shoulder, cheek on the stock. That spreads recoil through your skeleton instead of through your wrists and elbows. Your recoil feels softer. Sights move less. Your ability to keep the dot or front sight on a fist-sized target at a bedroom distance really goes up. For older shooters, that's a big part of the pistol caliber carbine pros and cons conversation. You trade a little size for a lot more control. The longer barrel also bumps velocity on a lot of common 9mm loads. That helps bullet performance stay in the window manufacturers designed it for. Better expansion, more reliable stops compared to the same load out of a short pistol barrel. Then there's vision. Pistol caliber carbine lets you run a larger, brighter red or green dot, still have room for a serious weapon light. For aging eyes, a crisp dot beats a bright tritium sight at 2 in the morning. So on the physics side, for an older shooter, you get less felt recoil, more stability, easier aiming under stress, better use of the same handgun caliber. Now that's the good news. Now let us talk about how this feels at 2 in the morning. You wake up to a noise, glass breaking. Your heart rate spikes into the red. Your hands shake. Your feet do not want to hit that cold floor. Your spouse looks over at you and asks, "What's going on? Are we safe?" This is where the fantasy kicks in. The movie version of you throws on gear, grabs a rifle, and goes hunting in your hallway. The real version of you has stiff knees, stiff lower back, progressive lenses, or bifocals if you wear them at night. You are one bad step away from falling in the hallway. If you fire a 12 gauge in that small space, your ears will ring for days and you may deafen yourself or your spouse. Remember, you're not just holding a tool. You literally hold the power to erase a human life. You hold the power to erase your retirement, your family's peace, and your freedom if you fire on the wrong person. The law does not care about your feelings. It only cares about elements. You had better be the innocent party. The threat must be immediate. Your force must match the threat. Your actions must line up with what your state expects. And a jury must think your decisions were reasonable for a normal person in your shoes. Now, I do want to caveat, I am not a lawyer, just to get that out of the way. But your job as a legacy protector is not to be the hero who clears the house. Your job is to keep your people, your family alive, and to be able to look your kids or grandkids in the eye later and say, you acted like an adult under the law. And that's why I like pistol caliber carbines for home defense inside of a safe room or a secure room more than a house clearing fantasy. But we're going to get to that in a minute. If you think your expensive carbine or your favorite caliber makes you safe, you're already in trouble. It's not the gun in your nightstand or in the closet or on the wall. It's the plan in your head and the limitations in your body. Now we're going to deal with the internet commandos, the skeptics, the ones who say, pistol caliber carbines are toys. Real men use a shotgun for home defense. Or the ones that say, a 9mm pistol carbine solves everything. No recoil. 30-round mag. Same ammo as my pistol. Done, baby. You're both wrong. Here's what the honest pistol caliber carbine pros and cons look like when you're over 50. So shotguns bring absolutely serious firepower, no question. They also bring in a lot of noise and flash. Indoor distances, the pattern from buckshot is still roughly the size of your hand. You still have to aim. 12 gauge buckshot brings heavy recoil, slower follow-up shot, and a limited capacity. And a lot of pain for arthritic shoulders, wrists, or elbows. Misses can still go through walls. Rifles in 223, 556 bring low recoil compared to a shotgun. They have high capacity and excellent accuracy. I've used them for years in the Army. But the blast and flash indoors are brutal, especially for older ears. Some lightweight rifle bullets will break apart in walls. Some don't. You cannot pretend over penetration is solved with the rifle. Just the opposite. Now, handguns are easiest to keep on you, but they can also be hard to shoot, especially with old eyes and bad hands in the middle of the night. Tiny sights, short barrels show every mistake. Now, the pistol caliber carbine in home defense, I'm talking really about 9mm, but they do come in a variety of calibers. 9mm out of the carbine is easier to shoot than the same round out of a compact pistol. Recoil is softer. Hits come easier. Sights of a red or green dot are friendlier to older eyes. A spouse with less shooting experience can run a PCC better than a small pistol or possibly a very loud 12 gauge. 9mm still goes through walls when you miss. I got news for you. Tests across platforms show that pistol rounds, rifle rounds, shotgun pellets all can sail through multiple layers of interior drywall if they don't hit something solid first. So the blunt pros and cons. Handguns are good for carry, bad for older vision, weak grip under stress. Shotgun has devastating stopping power with the right loads. Recoil crushes you, and it's hard on older joints and ears. Rifle, low recoil compared to a shotgun, very loud indoors, and over penetration depends on ammo and your angle. Pistol caliber carbine is easier to shoot than a pistol, softer recoil than a shotgun and many rifle rounds. It's still loud, still lethal, but over penetration can be a problem. Now for the PCC, it is not a magic wand. It's a tool that trades some blast and recoil for more controllability, especially for aging shooters. Now I want to talk concrete options and not turn this into a catalog. I don't want to get banned from YouTube. You want basically three things: a simple manual of arms, reliable magazines and ammo that match your pistol if possible, stock and sight setup that works with your aging eyes and stiff joints. Now I'm going to break down options and recommendations on my Rumble channel. You'll find that in a description. But Whichever lane you pick, look for a length of a pole that works in a t-shirt, not a plate carrier. Mid-size red or green dot with a big clear window if you want to use one, and a flashlight your spouse can turn on in the dark without thinking about controls and your fingers can still use on a cold night. You have AR-style 9mm pistol carbines that take various magazines like Glock, and if these feel like a familiar rifle but in a pistol caliber. If you already know the AR platform, learning curve is very small. Ruger PC carbine styles, I love mine. Simple and rugged, often accept popular handgun magazines and feel more like a traditional rifle. Mine actually is chambered for Glock magazines. Beretta CX4, CZ Scorpion, and similar pistol caliber carbines with controls designed for pistol calibers. Ultimately, remember, gun is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's connect this to what you do in real life. Now, step one, just drop the house clearing fantasy, honestly. If you're over 50, have any kind of back or knee issue, and you're responsible for a spouse, kids, or grandkids, you do not want to be walking solo through a dark house looking for a fight. You belong in a defendable position with a phone, a light, and a plan. This is where the pistol caliber carbine shines, in a safe room setup. Picture this. You and your spouse move to the bedroom. You lock and brace the door. Get behind the bed or a solid corner that gives you a view of the door. Call 911 and you're on the speakerphone. You bring your pistol caliber carbine in a low ready and point it at the space where a bad guy would have to enter to hurt you. From there, the advantages we talked about actually matter. You have a stable shooting platform that does not punish your joints. A red or green dot, if you want one, for your eyes can actually see. Shoulder-fired gun that your spouse, who maybe is not that familiar with them or maybe doesn't love guns, can still use to learn it in that small area if you go down. Here's what I want you to actually do this week. Walk through your house in daylight and decide which bedroom or room is your safe room. Stand in that room with your reading glasses or your bifocals or progressives with your normal pajamas on. Figure out where you would put your defensive gun or your pistol caliber carbine, your light, your ear protection, your phone. Do 15 slow, dry repetitions, bringing your unloaded, make sure it's unloaded, 9mm carbine or whatever caliber it's in from its storage spot into a low ready toward the door while you stay behind cover. If you cannot do that without your back or hips or arms screaming at you, that is data. You need a lighter platform, a different position, possibly a different firearm, or to rethink how far your plan is to move at all. And to make it easy, I built a free guide for you. It's called the Safe Room Protocol, How to Defend Your Home. This guide replaces the fantasy of clearing your house with a plan you can run at 2 in the morning when you're groggy, slow, and probably scared. You get a simple, safe room strategy, family code plan, 60-minute checklist to harden the bedroom and buy you some time. It also walks through staging the tools that really matter, like lighting, hearing protection, home defense setup that you and your spouse can run under stress. You can download it free on my website, and the link is in the description. Grab it below and start building a plan that matches your real body and your real house. So here's the gut punch. Are you building a home defense plan around the body you had at 30? Or the movie you saw last week? Or around the body you have today and the family that depends on you tonight? Pistol caliber carbines are not a status symbol. They're either a tool that helps you honor your duty as a protector, it's a tool, or it's another expensive distraction. Before you click away, don't go yet, I want you to sit with 3 questions. You can answer them to yourself or in the comments. These are something to think about. If you had to fight from your bedroom in the next 10 minutes, is the gun you plan to use something your current eyes, hands, and back can actually run for more than one shot? Second is, does your spouse or another adult in the house know how to pick up that pistol caliber carbine or home defense gun, turn on the light if you have one, and hold the doorway while talking to 911 without you? Third, do you have a clear safe room plan that keeps you out of the hallway? Or are you secretly training to be the hero who clears the house and rolls the dice with your freedom? If any of those answers feel shaky, please grab the Safe Room Protocol below and start fixing it this week. In the next video, we're looking at the aches and pains of concealed carry over the age of 50. If you struggle to carry and you're over the age of 50, be sure to check it out next week, and I will see you there.